Welcome back to the Vault. Hi, I'm Mike Wacola, and this is the NonDē Filmmaking Legal Lab, where our goal is to help democratize access to educational and legal resources for the average filmmaker. Today, we're talking about the most probably misunderstood document in the independent film scene, and that's the inducement letter. Here's a simple scenario. You're hiring a director, a lead actor, or a writer. You send them the contract, they say, great, but can you make the check out to John Doe LLC instead of me personally? You say, sure. You change the name on the contract, you sign it. You just made a fatal mistake. Why? Because you signed a contract with a stack of papers filed in Delaware. You did not sign a contract with the human being who's supposed to show up on set every day. If that human decides to walk away, you can't sue them. You can only sue that LLC who you put on the contract. And guess what? The LLC probably has $0 in the bank. So this document fixes that. Before we dive into the inducement letter, we'll run through our quick and typical disclaimers. The NonDē Filmmaking Lab is for educational purposes only. It is intended for informational purposes as a starting or drafting tool, and it does not constitute legal advice, legal representation, or legal opinion. No attorney-client relationship is formed by you and the NonDē Filmmaking Legal Lab. The jurisdictions that these documents are written for are generally generic to the United States basic common industry practices and the United States common contract law. It is strongly advised that you have a local attorney review any and all documents. Number 4, use it at your own risk. The lab is not responsible for any errors, omissions, or legal consequences out of using our educational resources. And then number 5, some quick use notes about the inducement letter. Again, many people operate through an LLC. This is a letter from them that states that the individual has read the contract that the LLC signed and that they themselves have agreed to follow those said terms and execute. So the fix behind that is using this inducement letter, and we attach this to the back of any employment agreement and incorporate it into the actual agreement itself. So let's dive in. So again, this is different from most of our contracts. When you look at most of our contracts, they are coming from the producer to the vendor, whether that's the writer, the director, the actor, the catering service company. Here, this is a letter from the vendor to the production company. So in this case, we're using it for a director. This letter would be from the name of the human director, who is known as the inducer. Then you have the production company, which is the producer. And then you have what is called the lender, which would typically be the LLC that the director, the writer, whoever is loaning the company